Hey everybody, it's Atheist for the Cause here, and I was watching Tim Pool. He covered an article that I wanted to cover a little further. Tim Pool gives a great analysis, but um, had to give a little different perspective on the issue. Um, I wanted to cover it further. So we have male feminist kills himself after girl he loves falsely accuses him of sexual abuse at Women's March. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole article, but the summarization of it is basically that this boy went to the Women's March to protest against women being sexually assaulted, and they did a public shaming of people who were accused, men, I should say, who were accused, uh, and apparently boys who were accused of sexual assault. And so they read off this list publicly. And on there was this boy, and he was shocked. So the first thing he did was he went home, talked to his mom. Then he called his girlfriend, who admitted to putting forth the allegation, and or a female friend, not a girlfriend. And then she retracted the claim. So as you can see right here, a teenage boy killed himself last week after his female friend accused him of sexual abuse and then retracted the claim. So there's really no gray area here. We know that the allegation was put forth, and she admitted to it, and she retracted this claim. So the gray area over. They ended up getting in a fight. Some other stuff happened. He got really depressed. He didn't want to eat. Long story short, he ends up killing himself. Okay, first of all, look at this title. Who's the victim here? Male feminist kills himself after girl he loves falsely accuses him. So, what they do, generally, the tactic is to put the victim as boy or girl and the victimizer as male or female, because that humanizes the boy or girl a little more. But here they have it where the victimizer is called a girl instead of a female, and the victim is called a male instead of a boy. He's a boy. So I found that quite interesting, and um, that shows the perspective to some extent, I think, of the pluralist. But this is the damage that is done by false allegations, and this is why we need to have a justice system that you know protects due process, protects the rights of the accused, and you know we don't want to create more victims, so we can't go to these, like in universities with the Title IX thing. Those are kangaroo courts. We can't have that if we want to have any sort of civil rights. And it's really, really unfortunate. This didn't have to happen. I'm sure she just wanted to fit in and name somebody, but that's pretty shitty reason. And yeah, so for any of you who think that false accusations are no big deal, they're not that harmful, this is yet another example of a false accusation leading to, by a female, leading to the death of a male. And, these examples are all over. You don't have to search that hard to find them, which shows that they're pretty common. And there's no way to know what exactly the rate of them is, but it's common enough to know that, especially with the suicide rates being overly male, to show that this is a big problem. So, one last thing is that I really do think this should be considered manslaughter. She put forth a false accusation that led unintentionally to the to the boy committing suicide. So her false accusation killed him. That's manslaughter. It's like someone who's drinking and driving and hits someone and they die. They didn't intend to kill someone when they were drinking, and then decided to get in the car, but that person did die as the result of their actions. So if it can't be manslaughter, then we should create something that uh, includes a manslaughter like charge for false accusations that lead to the death of a person. So, anyways, I really think in general, false accusation laws need to be. Um, well, I did a previous video about where a lot of times they're not even actually illegal. You have to find like a secondary law that's being broken, like lying to the police, misleading the police during an investigation, that kind of thing. But it needs to be like false accusations need to be an actual crime from the start. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. We need to punish these false accusations much more seriously than we are now. And this is just another story of how feminism is harming people. They're going through, they'll go through as many innocent people as they have to gain power and do solve, try to solve issues poorly. Like rarely do uh, rarely do feminists solve an issue in a good way. It's almost always poorly because they're such collectivists that they can't figure out how to solve a problem in an individualistic way, and collectivist ways are almost always terrible. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.